Welcome to TPM Vids, where we talk all about theme parks and more. If you're new to the channel and like what you see, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified when we upload a new video. You can also find us on all your favorite social media platforms. It's no secret that Orlando is the theme park capital of the world. Between Walt Disney World, Universal Orlando, SeaWorld, Legoland, and other smaller amusement attractions, these theme parks are home to dozens of rides. Now, some are more tame than others, but Orlando theme parks are home to quite a few adrenaline-pumping thrills. There are some pretty fast ones, but with many of the parks continuing to invest in new additions, have you ever wondered now which rides in Orlando are actually the fastest? Well, sit back because today in order of speed, we'll be counting down the top 10 fastest thrill rides and roller coasters in Orlando. Number 10. Starting the list off over at Disney's Hollywood Studios in Walt Disney World, you can follow the head of this guitar until you reach G-Force Records, the home of Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. The ride opened in July of 1999, and it's a fully enclosed Vekoma launch coaster. Now, the experience begins as you win some backstage passes to the Aerosmith concert.
Wait a minute, I love that idea. How about some backstage passes?
But the only way to make it in time is with the Super Stretch Limo.
Okay, wait, it's out in the alley. Hey guys!
Once you're seated, the anticipation builds as Steven Tyler counts down the launch. Before you know it, you're going from 0 to 57 miles or 92 kilometers per hour in a quick 2.8 seconds. For the entire 1 minute and 20-second ride, you'll be rocking to the beat of the Aerosmith soundtrack going through 3 inversions, 2 rollover loops that happen just after the launch, and 1 corkscrew near the end. It's actually the only coaster at Walt Disney World that goes upside down. As you're speeding past neon street signs, most of Rock and Roller Coaster takes place in complete darkness, which definitely adds to the thrill. Even when you compare this to newer launch coasters, Rock and Roller Coaster is still one of the most intense roller coasters at Walt Disney World. Number 9. Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland is home to the newest ride at Walt Disney World, Tron Light Cycle Run. The ride officially opened in April of 2023, making this the 3rd Vekoma launch coaster at the resort. What makes this launch coaster unique is the motorbike design of the trains. Now, they can be a bit constraining, so you can find a test seat just before you enter the indoor queue to be digitized. Also, some of the trains have standard coaster seating in the last row, so that's also an option. As you lock your restraint and are given the all clear, get ready for a trip on one of the most aesthetically pleasing rides.
Initiate in 3, 2, 1.
This launch takes you from 0 to 59 miles or 95 kilometers per hour, where you then find yourself soaring under the outdoor canopy. If you're lucky enough to ride at night, the lighting package also extends onto the canopy with these stunning pulsing neon lights. It looks really cool. Once you're back inside, the neon theme continues as you race the orange team through the grid. It's such a fun coaster, plus it's all tied together with an epic Daft Punk soundtrack. Now, usually Disney allows you to bring everything with you on the ride, but in this case, because of the seat design, all loose articles that are larger than a phone will need to be placed in a free locker. Once you get to the loading platform, there are these little compartments in your seat for smaller items. With a ride time of about 1 minute and 30 seconds, Tron Light Cycle Run is another one on the shorter side, but it's an extremely smooth ride packed with a giant dose of thrill. Number 8. Heading over to SeaWorld Orlando, the newest ride at the park is Pipeline the Surf Coaster. Manufactured by B&M, this is the world's first surf coaster. And although it might look like your typical stand-up coaster, it's not. The restraints on Pipeline are not locked in place, and it allows you to bounce up and down, simulating the wave-jumping motions of surfing. Now, once you board the ride vehicle, prepare to be launched from 0 to 60 miles or 93 kilometers per hour in a matter of seconds. It's a lot faster than it looks. You immediately feel the restraints move through the highest point of the ride, which is this first overbank turn at 110 feet high. You'll ride the waves right into what they call the wave curl, which is the only inversion on the coaster. Pipeline actually has quite a few moments of airtime, but the only thing is that the restraint forcefully slams you on your way back down. It's not the most comfortable, but I did find that the further back you are, the less slamming there was. With a ride time of about 1 minute and 30 seconds, Pipeline the Surf Coaster is a unique take on your standard stand-up coaster, and it's a lot of fun. Number 7. Back in Walt Disney World, Epcot has seen a lot of changes over the years, and one of the new additions to the ride lineup is Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. The ride opened in May of 2022, and dare I say this record-setting coaster is the best coaster at Walt Disney World. Once you enter the Wonders of Xandar Pavilion, you'll pass through the Galaxarium and the Xandar Gallery before making your way into the pre-shows. It's here where you discover the cosmic generator has been stolen, and Celestial sends the Terrans through a jump point.
Wait, what?
Look, they're our only chance of keeping track of that whack job until we get the cosmic generator back.
Now get ready for a rockin' trip with the Guardians of the Galaxy as you travel to the beginning of time. Now this is the only Disney coaster with a reverse launch, which just happens to reach 60.3 miles or 97 kilometers per hour in a matter of seconds. It really gets the adrenaline pumping. The ride does not go upside down, but with it being an Omni coaster, each of the cars do spin. Now the spinning isn't anything too intense, but it can be a bit disorienting at times. If you're prone to getting dizzy, just be prepared. Each car spins, following the direction of the track to draw attention to show elements, but the spinning is all timed. So in this regard, every ride will be the same. Now where your ride can be different is with the music, because there are 6 different songs you can get. This includes Conga and Disco Inferno, so this creates a great sense of re-rideability. It's an incredibly fun coaster, and when you're zooming past these massive screens, you realize the sheer scale of this ride. It's a massive, high-tech coaster. In terms of length, this is actually the longest enclosed indoor steel roller coaster in the world, coming in with a track length of 5,577 feet. A record-setting track length also means a longer ride time, which comes in at about 3 minutes and 20 seconds. For a coaster, it's a pretty long ride time, and you'll definitely want to ride this one again. Number 6. Staying at Epcot, Test Track officially opened in March of 1999, and it was the very first ride that featured the slot car style ride system. Not only is this the fastest ride at Walt Disney World, but it's also the fastest ride in any Disney theme park. Now on Test Track, you get to customize and design your own vehicle, then get a chance to test that design through the ride's indoor and outdoor performance courses. Once you're buckled in, your journey starts off slow, but as you get going, you'll experience some pretty quick accelerations and stops through the futuristic show scenes. They aren't too thrilling, but there's a lot of cool visuals in here that are very similar to Tron, but not Tron. They do, however, prepare you for the most thrilling part of the ride.
Energizing for power test.
Once your car breaks out of the show building and heads outside, prepare to race around multiple bank turns, reaching top speeds of up to 64.9 miles or 104 kilometers per hour. You better hold on, because you'll definitely feel the wind in your hair. With a ride time of about 5 minutes, Test Track has a little something for everyone, especially the thrill seeker. Number 5. Next, it's time to change the scene as we head to the Universal Orlando Resort. Over in the Production Central area of Universal Studios Florida, you can find Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. The coaster opened in August of 2009 and takes you 90 degrees up a 167-foot lift hill. The blood really rushes to your head. Before you know it, you'll race down the first drop, reaching speeds of up to 65 miles or 105 kilometers per hour. You're then propelled into a hair-raising, non-inverting loop. Even though you never actually go upside down on this coaster, you'll still find yourself twisting and turning through the rest of the track with a few smaller drops on the way. Now, it might not be the smoothest or the most comfortable ride, but it's definitely still a lot of fun. Plus, each rider gets to choose which song they want to hear during the ride. Now, before entering the queue, you will pass through metal detectors, so everything that you're carrying with you needs to be checked into a free locker before riding. This does include your phone and wallet. Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket has a ride time of 1 minute and 45 seconds, and it's nothing short of a thrilling experience the entire way through. Number 4. Heading back to SeaWorld, the next ride on the list is Kraken, Orlando's only floorless coaster. The ride opened in June of 2000, and this was SeaWorld's very first roller coaster. Now, they say Kraken is a monster coaster like no other, and they couldn't be more right. While your feet dangle above the coaster track, get ready to soar 153 feet over the park as the train climbs to the top of the lift hill. You slowly turn right, then quickly plunge down the 144-foot drop, reaching speeds of up to 65 miles or 105 kilometers per hour. This transitions right into a vertical loop, and that's just the first of 7 inversions on this B&M coaster. Kraken's inversions include a dive loop, a zero-G roll, a cobra roll, 2 vertical loops, and a corkscrew. Another unique element of Kraken is how it uses multiple trenches varying in depth, and you also pass through this enclosed tunnel near the end. It all adds just that much more thrill to the ride. Kraken is a pretty intense coaster, not really due to speed, but just based on how sometimes the ride can be really rough. It has a fantastic layout though, and a lengthy ride time, coming in at 3 minutes. Now, even though it's not the smoothest, Kraken is still a coaster that's a lot of fun, and it shouldn't be missed. Number 3. Over at Universal's Islands of Adventure, it's hard to miss that iconic green track from the Incredible Hulk coaster in Marvel Superhero Island. The ride was an opening day attraction in 1999, but in 2016, Universal Studios gave this B&M coaster a complete facelift. This included a brand new track, new ride vehicles, and a new story. Once you're secured in the coaster train, prepare to enter the Gamma Bombardment Chamber. As the Hulk's roar rumbles through the chamber, get ready to be launched at 40 miles or 64 kilometers per hour in just 2 seconds. You're propelled right into a zero-G roll and down a 105-foot drop. Then you'll find yourself reaching a top speed of up to 67 miles or 108 kilometers per hour. With a total of 7 inversions, including a cobra roll, 2 vertical loops, and 2 corkscrews, this coaster is intense. The coaster trains are also equipped with an onboard soundtrack, which definitely heightens this whole experience. Now, before entering the queue, you will pass through metal detectors, so everything you're carrying with you needs to be checked into a free locker before riding. This includes phones and wallets. With a ride time of 1 minute and 15 seconds, the Hulk is an exhilarating and adrenaline-pumping coaster that never disappoints. Number 2. Staying at Islands of Adventure, Jurassic World Veloci Coaster is the newest ride at the park. It opened in June of 2021, and not only is this the fastest ride at Universal Orlando, it's also the fastest ride at any Universal Studios park in the world. With the extreme airtime mixed with high speeds and 4 inversions, this Intamin launch coaster is a thrill seeker's dream. The 155-foot top hat definitely looks thrilling, but there are even more intense moments tucked away on this race alongside the Raptors. As soon as you leave the load station, the train accelerates from 0 to 50 miles or 80 kilometers per hour in just 2 seconds. Now you're on a race through the jungle, encountering raptors as you cross over and under the coaster track. And the ride doesn't slow down here. The second launch takes you from 40 to 70 miles or 113 kilometers per hour in just 2.4 seconds, giving the train enough momentum to make it up the top hat. Now talk about some amazing airtime. Then as you plummet 140 feet racing around the Discovery Center, get ready for the two best inversions: the long zero-G stall and the iconic barrel roll along the lake. This coaster doesn't have a brake run until the very end of the ride, so for an entire minute and a half, there is constant acceleration. It's such an amazing ride, and it takes the cake for being the best coaster experience in Orlando. Now just be advised that all riders are required to put any loose items and bags into a free locker located in the queue. Jurassic World Veloci Coaster takes the thrill to a whole new level, and you won't want to miss it. Number 1. The fastest ride in Orlando can be found at SeaWorld, and it's another B&M coaster. Soaring 200 feet above the park, Mako opened in June of 2016, and to this day, it's the only hypercoaster in Orlando. Once you leave the load station, the anticipation builds as you ascend up the 200-foot lift hill. As the music gets more intense, you inch closer and closer to the top. Before you know it, you'll plunge down the 200-foot drop, reaching speeds of up to 73 miles or 117 kilometers per hour. It's such a rush. Now, the main draw of a hypercoaster is their speed and airtime, and here with Mako, it has both. Clearly, there is no shortage of these airtime hills. It's a very smooth 2.5-minute ride with a few overbanked turns, some really great airtime, and it's just a lot of fun. You expect nothing less from a B&M hypercoaster. They never disappoint, and you can ride Mako over and over again. It's an exhilarating coaster, so if you're looking for the ultimate thrill ride in Orlando, then look no further than Mako at SeaWorld. So, how many rides on this list have you been on? Which one is your favorite? I'd love to know. Leave a comment down below to start a conversation, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video.